So I'm recording now. All right. Okay, guys, I know there's a bunch of you who are going to be watching the replay on this, but I'm so excited just to share a little bit more about what this program is. I'm actually going to stop my screen share for a minute. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Abby. I'm one of the coaches on this team and in this group that you've been invited to, and hopefully you've had fun kind of learning about the different options and just getting kind of your feet wet with clean eating and nutrition. When I very first started all of this stuff about 4 years ago for myself, the biggest thing that I struggled with, hands down, was nutrition. I really have always loved to work out and be active, but thinking through what I thought was eating healthy, or trying to figure out portions and eating healthy on a budget, and then what to do if I pigged out over the weekend, all of that was all baggage that I really carried. And so when I jumped into my very first challenge group right after my son was born, the workouts have been huge for me and I love them, but the biggest thing and the impact has been this whole concept of clean eating and working around nutrition. And so it's one thing that I really love is helping pay it forward, because now for 4 years and 2 pregnancies and postpartum recovery, I have been able to keep off the weight, stay healthy, still enjoy food and treats and all of that. And I really, really, really love working with other women and helping them figure that out for themselves. And, if you are familiar with anything that Beachbody has done before, you've probably been familiar with the portion control containers and all of those systems and things like that. And it's worked really, really well for myself and so many of my clients. But it's always fun to have other options to expand our reach and to really help people, not just for a short-term process, but kind of for a long-term shift. And I really do believe that there are so many, especially in America, different diets and fads, and people are wanting to try the latest and greatest in macros and keto and high fat and low carb and measuring all the things and counting all the things. And it can kind of be overwhelming sometimes of figuring out where to start and what works for your body and, all of those things. And I think for many, many women in particular, there's a lot of hangups that have come from nutrition and our relationship with food, our relationship with sweets, maybe we're emotional eaters, things like that have really kind of taken away from just the pure enjoyment of being able to enjoy a meal with your family, go out to a birthday party without feeling guilty, staying on track with your workouts and all of that. And so that is where the 2B mindset comes in. And I'm so excited for it because it's totally different than anything else we've done before. But what's really great about it and what you're going to see is it's so simple that it's not a quick fix. It's really a mindset shift. And I'm going to share my screen right now with you guys. So Ilana is amazing, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of info just kind of on her, of who she is and her story. And so basically, first of all, 2B Mindset, it's video-based. And so what you're going to do is it actually has, and I should stop and explain why I'm in my garage really quick. Sorry, that's a weird background, but my kids are really noisy, so this is the one place where I can be quiet from them. But it's done on video, so you're actually going to have videos on all the topics that you get to watch. And they're short. It's not like an hour-long video. They range from, I think, somewhere between 3 or 4 minutes to about 14 minutes total, walking you through grocery stores, shopping, binge eating, falling off the wagon, food prep, meal prep, all different concepts that are really foundational to food. So you get to do it at your own pace, kind of check in, watch these different concepts, and it really focuses, like we wrote here, of what you can eat without counting and worrying about all those things. There's lots of education, and she really goes through the real life struggles and strategies that you're going to face in real life scenarios. Because while it would be awesome to just be able to meal prep all your own food and live in this bubble, the reality is you work, you go to school, you go to birthday parties, you go on vacation. How do you do that in the real world without being that obnoxious person who is no, I only eat sweet potatoes, or who maybe you do eat all the things and you fall off the wagon and you're screwed until next January when you decide to hop back on. So it's really real life, real time, helping you, things you can pull up on the go, and you have access to it forever. So it's really, really awesome. And the cool part about it is Ilana herself, she is a nutritionist and a dietitian, and she has lost, like this says, over 100 pounds. Her family she came from a broken family. So after her parents went through a divorce, she herself struggled a lot with emotional eating and yo-yo dieting and finding her comfort in food and using that to kind of solve all of her issues. And she realized, especially as she got into high school, if you know her story at all, that that was not going to work for her. And so she had ended up getting her degrees in nutrition and dietetics. She has her master's in it because she really has a passion for paying it forward. And I think what's unique about this is it's somebody who really has gone through those struggles themselves. It's someone who knows, who's not just been a gym rat her whole life, but somebody who really knows and understands the struggle and the joy of food. She loves eating, and she talks very candidly that all the food groups are made for a reason. Like, there's no reason that you cannot have fruit unless your doctor says so. There's no reason that you cannot have carbs. You need to enjoy it, but learning how to do it in a healthy way and in a healthy mindset is so important. And so it is for, you know, honestly anybody, but I think there's a couple people that come straight to my mind are people who don't want to work out, people who aren't ready to add exercise. You know, maybe you really have medical issues or health issues, or you just have so much weight to lose, you aren't quite ready for that intensity. People have lost tremendous, these people did it without working out at all. But you can also do it if you do love to work out. I do, and I'm going to be doing it. I think it's really just focused on that mindset shift. But exercise in this program is viewed almost like extra credit. This is not a program that you have to work out with. This is a program that's really focused on your view of food and working through all of those things. And then if you want to work out, you can continue whatever workout program you're doing, because it's not designed to restrict or, you know, conflict with any of those things, but it's something that you don't have to. What makes it really different, like I keep saying, is it's a mindset shift. So you may be in a group, you know, we are going to do a group for it to kind of walk through the principles, but this is something that you can go back and reference at any point. We really are focusing on not depriving ourselves, not cutting things, but celebrating what you can have and walking through kind of a step-by-step process of being able to absolutely enjoy ice cream or cake or wine or bread or, you know, those things, but in a way that is in moderation, that makes you not feel guilty afterwards, or where you're kind of walking yourself through a process of, why do I want this chocolate chip? Is it because chocolate chip cookie? Is it because my kids had a really rough bedtime, or I had a fight with my boyfriend, or I feel stressed at work? Is that a valid reason to have the chocolate chip cookie? Maybe not. And she kind of walks you through healthy processes to where if you get to the point where you have the chocolate chip cookie, then enjoy the chocolate chip cookie with zero guilt. So it's really focused on, again, that real world strategy and process through. So there's lots of different videos. She has videos to overcome common weight loss struggles. So we talk a lot about plateaus. We talk a lot about binging. We talk a lot about all those things. And then she has tons of recipe videos. Now, this is the one thing I'm really excited about, because she is very focused. She calls them sexy salads. She's very focused on lots of veggies, lots of color, lots of fun. And so she's got some really, really, really great food as well. And again, these are things where you do not have to only eat what is here. This is not a deprivation where you can only be on the 2B mindset diet, but these are to give you easy, simple, great bases to work off of where you feel like confident and complete in that. So there's a couple things that come with it. And this kit, so this program is releasing on May 2nd, which is on Wednesday. And we as a team are going to actually be starting a group for it on the 14th. So it'll give you time to kind of get your kit in the mail and see all of those things. We'll be walking through that process together. It'll be about a 30-day group that we are going through, although you do not have to do our group with us, but it's kind of fun to have the accountability and support. And so all of this is releasing on May 2nd. And this is what it comes with. So your Getting Started guide, it has all the different processes. So there's a go-to guide that you can actually take on the road with you, like to the grocery store, and it goes with the videos and it gives you kind of the grocery shopping and recap, so you don't have to be watching something in the store. You can just take it on the go with you. You have all the recipes. You have trackers and all of that. And then you have a really cool water bottle with different sayings, and you know how many ounces you're drinking and all of that. And then there's a really, really awesome app. And this is actually launching in June, and I'm going to talk about it more in a few minutes, but you'll be able to log, starting in June, everything on your phone and all of that. Now, if you're familiar with Beachbody On Demand, what it is there's a separate tab. So For those of you who don't know about Beachbody On Demand, it's a really great streaming service. Think like the Netflix of fitness, where we have all our workouts and everything. You can pull it up on your phone, your Roku, your Fire Stick, your smart TV, any of those things. And so the To Be Mindset is going to actually be in a nutrition tab in there. If you have Beachbody On Demand, you do not automatically have access to Be Mindset, and vice versa. You still have to purchase that, or, depending on what you're getting. But you'll be able to just pull it up streaming from anywhere you go, which is awesome and really, really helpful. So there's a couple different kits that you can get for this program. And so I want to walk through those options with you so you kind of see and understand what they all are. So you have the Getting Started guide right here. And this is kind of like the big package, where I definitely recommend that everybody who is brand new to Beachbody On Demand or anything like that, you get all your streaming access, the things that I was just listing through the Getting Started guide. You also get your year-long subscription to Beachbody On Demand, your 30-day supply of Shakeology, and all of those things. So that's one option for you. And then if you don't want to get Beachbody On Demand, you can get just the To Be Mindset with Shakeology, or you can get just the To Be Mindset alone. So there's kind of these different options here. But because the app is not actually launching until June, they've discounted everything for this month, which is really awesome. So you will automatically get the app when it comes out, but everybody gets about $20 off any product, which is fantastic. So if you wanted to get it with just Shakeology, it's going to be $160. So that has all your To Be Mindset supplies with Shakeology. If you want to get it with Beachbody On Demand, then that's going to be $200 total. So you can kind of see that difference there. And we are going to be doing this group, like I mentioned. So we're pre-enrolling for it now. We are going to start prep soon, but the group is not going to kick off until May 14th. So that's when it's actually started. And you need to work with a coach. So whoever invited you to our group will be your coach. And the really unique thing that's happening in May that I am so, so excited about is that any coach who purchases anything To Be Mindset related actually gets into a private Facebook group called Office Hours with Alana. And what's really, really cool about it is Alana is running a group, and she is taking all of our questions. She's walking us through the program. She's answering it not just on a business related side, but really for you. If you're struggling coming off of a weekend, or you're traveling, or you're just at the grocery store struggling, you can post in this group and she will respond. And so it's a really cool opportunity to get not only all the access that you will have for the program itself, but to really connect right with her as a nutritionist and dietitian. It's like your own personal person here to work with you. And so any coach in this group can be a part of it. So if you are interested in this program and you're like, gosh, this sounds really cool, one really unique thing is to sign up as a coach for it. You don't actually have to coach anybody. You're not tied or required to do anything for the business. But what you do have is access to the group, and then you get a 25% discount on anything Beachbody related from that point on. So that is a really, really kind of just fun perk and option that's happening here for the month of May that is going to start. So I'm just trying to find something here actually really, really quick. Hold on. I wanted to read you guys something for this, but I lost it. So just a second. Okay, so one thing I wanted to share with you guys is I was actually messaging with Alana earlier this week because I was just curious. So she has set this group up as like, what would it be if you were coming to her as a registered dietitian? Like, what would it look like for you to sit down one-on-one with her? Because that's basically what this group is. For her to sit down with you in sessions through the videos and walk you through all of these different concepts and issues and struggles. So for her, if you were just to jump in with an initial assessment with her, it would be $300. If you were to do a personal one-on-one nutrition counseling, it would be $265. If you got a maintenance package where once a week you got a 30-minute chat with her, it would be $500. And so the fact that you can get all of this for between $160 and $200, I think is really, really exciting and really amazing for all these new people who can't afford to have a nutritionist on hand, but you get access to her. If you're already a coach or you already have Beachbody On Demand or Shakeology, you can get just the To Be Mindset kit alone. For coaches, it is $79. For anybody else who's not a coach, it's $99. And that will get you all of the To Be Mindset just kits and supplies and things like that that can kind of walk you through all of those different options there. So there's a lot of different things to choose from, but I think that I personally recommend everybody getting in this month because it will just give you that big discount coming off of it, as well as the app access later. And it's one of those things, like I said, we're going to be really working through on. I wanted to show you guys too, if you're really curious and kind of learning more about the program and getting to know her a little bit, on Facebook or on Instagram, if I can find her really quick, Ilana Molson Nutrition. She has a really amazing page, and she's sharing all about 2B Mindset on here all the time. So you're really able to kind of see her background. She walks you through what's in the packages. She's taking you through, you know, the results that people are having. And this is kind of a breakdown of the thing that she's looking at. Okay, DIY versus deli. It looks like the same thing. Why is there a 400 calorie difference in these two options? And so again, really looking through her tips and tricks for cooking. She's responding to all these questions on here and all of that. So it's kind of a great thing to go to just look at her stuff and see what's happening there as well, if you're curious. And we're going to be talking through more and more, but this was a really great one. She's had PCOS, which I have so many friends who've struggled with that, and this was a great program for her. So if you're somebody in the past who's really struggled with nutrition, anything like that, this is going to be a game changer. What couple different things about this that I want to really kind of talk through with you guys as well. You don't need any equipment for this program, but you are going to track. And we're going to dive into this a lot more in depth once we start the program, but you're going to be tracking your sleep, your water intake. You're going to be thinking about the foods that you're eating. And this is one thing that's going to be very, very new and different. And honestly, when I first heard it, I went, whoa, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm really getting excited about it, is she will actually have you weigh yourself every day, which if you've been in one of my groups before, you know, I am very much like, the scale is not your friend. The scale, you know, you can lose 5 pounds and look like you've lost 15. Like, it fluctuates so much, all of that. But she wants you to use the scale as a tool. And what she talks about is the scale is something that we're afraid of only when we don't like what it says. And what we need to start understanding is how the different stressors and impacts and things that we're putting in our body or not putting in our body, how it actually affects us. And if you just weigh yourself once every 6 months, you're not going to necessarily be able to pinpoint what's causing certain things in your own system to fluctuate and adjust. And so you are going to weigh yourself. You're going to use it as a tool. And she's walked through in several videos with people, you know, maybe if you've actually struggled with a very specific eating disorder, of what that looks like for you, recommending things for, you know, kind of processing through that. And obviously, if you do struggle with an actual eating disorder, that hopefully you're working with clinical psychologists and doctors and people who can really help you work through that. But that's one thing I wanted to kind of chat through, that as you're thinking about this program, you will want to invest in a scale. That's a piece of it. And kind of be prepared for that, because we're going to be talking about that a lot. So if you guys have questions on this, definitely let me know, and I am happy to share. Otherwise, I hope you have an awesome Sunday, and I will talk to you guys all later.